What's up, everybody? We are over at stage 6. We are now covering the men's 40-plus division, and they are already getting after it, bringing those sandbags under the rig. That is the first thing that they do before they approach the firing line to start their first firing sequence here. 15-minute time cap. Starting with rifle, they're going to have 15 shots. And the way that this is going to work is each round, 4 total rounds, they will have to go through a different port. So the V, then one of the 45 ports, and the middle square. So each of them doing a little bit different technique here. One they want to start with because there's no standard of where they need to start. And a good strategy with this is shooting for the port that is most challenging for you on that first round, since that's when you are the most fresh. For pistol though, all 4 rounds, they will shoot that top V port. There's 15 shots for rifle, 12 for pistol. Distance here, about 100 yards for rifle and about 20 for pistol. Right in our center lane here, Daniel Armstrong, the first athlete getting back to work. 2 sandbags, a 60-pound sandbag and a 40-pound sandbag for the men's 40-plus division. Each division is going to have different weighted sandbags. And for them, it's that 60 and 40. So every time they return to their start-finish line, they have to go over the rig and get those sandbags over the rig. Once they get to that start-finish line, they cross those bags all the way over. We'll grab their magazines and then head back down to the firing line. In lane 4 here, throwing his sandbags, getting up and over, that's Tim Szymanski. It's a familiar name here with tactical games. I believe he started in 2020, so he's one of our original athletes, has competed in the men's elite division several times. He's been on the podium in the men's elite 9 total times over the last 5 years. So the reason why we're seeing him in the men's 40-plus division is he recently had shoulder surgery and is returning back to the competition from that injury. So just trying to get used to eating again, getting used to the weight, the physical component more than anything. But so far he's having a great week. He leads in his division in first place by 15 percentage points. For round 1, he started in the middle big square. Now around the left 45-degree point. To the left here is Daniel Armstrong, already making work on that pistol portion. For this squad division, this will be their first stage of the day. So they completed 4 yesterday. Now they are on number 5. Armstrong getting back to work, up and over. Once he gets all the way down to the start finish, that will be the halfway point for him. 15-minute time cap, and we are less than 5 minutes in to the stage. Armstrong leading the way, but when it comes to the physical component, we have a race with our other gentlemen. So We introduced Tim Szymanski. He's going to be right to the center of your screen. And the lane next to him, Nicholas Huffelder. Hugh Felder, sorry, the font is very small. Had to look a little bit closer. Really launching those sandbags as far as possible. Giving himself a little break to just toss them over, and we'll grab his magazine and then get back to work to start round number 3 of 4.
Get your head.
So Nicholas starting. Tim just getting his magazines, and then he'll get back to work. All the way at the end here in lane 1, Matthew again.
There you go, bud.
So every time they go back to the firing line, they will drag those sandbags under, get their body under. And then Chad Friggin. Frigon. Right there, already getting to work on the rifle. So if you're new to tactical games, the sport started towards the end of 2019, but if you're looking at practice score and data, we mostly only have that from the year 2020. So if you're going through practice score, or if you've just been here for all of those 5 past years, you see a lot of familiar names in the men's 40+ division, because we do get a good amount of them that began in the men's elite division, have now aged up. So when we look at the competition field, the men's 40+ and women's 40+ tend to be super competitive. So if you come from maybe the CrossFit world, similar to the Masters games where, you know, people are like, I can't wait to age up, it's going to get easier, but the really good competitors are also aging up, making the field arguably just as competitive, just in a different way, especially because once you get into those Masters divisions, the weights do get a little bit lighter. So at that point, it's like, I mean, they're lighter, but now you got to just move faster and be more efficient with your movement, and it turns into more of an endurance stage rather than something that's a heavy stage for an athlete. Daniel getting back to work, so that will be his last round. He has led the way the entire time with the physical component. And then our other 4 athletes, yeah, they've been pretty much going rep for rep the entire time. Chad here grabbing his last magazine. Is Matthew just about done getting his sandbags over, and then we'll head back with his final magazines. Tim finishing up as well. Nick getting back to work. Crawling through. Oh, and we love the sling. Nice bright colors out here. And so all 5 athletes, this is their last round at the firing line. They need to get through 15 shots with that pistol, 12 with the rifle. I believe they do then have to return their sandbags before that time can stop. And there goes Daniel. Up and over for the last time. Over here on stage number 6. With their 5th stage on the weekend. Plenty of time before that 15-minute time cap. And to his left, Chad also making his way back. Last set of sandbags over the rig. And Dan is in. So just over 10 minutes. Chad's got to get his body over, bags over, and then he is done. And now we have a race between the 3 remaining men, all the way to your left, Matthew, and then in the middle of the screen, Tim, and all the way at the end, all the way to the right, Nicholas.
Come on, Beeks. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
So it's a race to see who is going to make it past that finish line first. All their sandbags are over. And it's going to be Tim Szymanski who crosses the finish line just before Matthew. And Nick also getting across. So a nice little race at the end with those sandbags. But as we know, just because you're the first one to finish a stage, that doesn't necessarily mean that you won the stage, because you have to add in the shots, what is on your paper. And a great example of that is Sal Hernandez in the men's elite division from yesterday. It was the wheelbarrow stage. We didn't cover it on this, but I watched it in real time, and Sal goes out on round 1 super fast, like blazing fast, and he's a veteran in the sport. So I was watching, I'm like, that seems like it was calculated, that he didn't just burn out, because then for the rest of the stage, Sal was in last. So everybody else was going at that fast pace, and then he dropped off. But because his shooting was so well, he ended up winning the stage. So even though it didn't seem like he did well based on the field that he was against and finishing last based on the time, he was able to make up a lot of time based on how well he shot, and his groupings were so close together.
I'm not sure who's that one is. Mine are all black.
Yours are all black?
Okay, Daniel, the first one to cross the finish line today.
Yeah.
How are we feeling? This is the 5th stage of the weekend. How's the body holding up?
Body's great. I sold out on this. Not so much the target shooting, but I gave the fitness my all, so I'm sure my shooting didn't do so well.
So how do you balance that then, knowing that, okay, I'm just going to send it on the fitness and hope for the best on the shooting?
Pretty much, yeah. I send on fitness, try to control the breathing on the shooting, and just try to put rounds on target as best I could, and then once the rifle's down, just 100% over the sandbags and stuff.
Is that something that you game to try to reel in the other competitors to go faster?
Well, I know I'm better at fitness than shooting, so yeah, I hope they try to keep up with me, and their shooting fails too, but I don't know. These guys are pretty good out here. I can't hang with them on shooting, so we'll see.
Well, it was great to watch you. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we are now going to go over to Tim, and let's catch up with him. Let's see how his body is holding up this weekend with the men's 40 plus. Timmy, how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, the best I can be.
How's the shoulder holding up?
Well,
Give us an update.
we haven't had anything overhead. We'll find out in monkey bars.
Oh, you haven't done the obstacle course
no.
yet?
No, overhead stuff is still real hard for me. Like I'm still at like a 35-pound dumbbell, so we'll see how it goes. Sorry, I'm not used to being interviewed. I never get interviewed.
This your moment? You're an OG, though. We've seen you compete several times in the men's elite. I think the last time I saw you on Practice Score, the first time, was back in 2020.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your first regional event was?
Yeah, GTI. I did men's intermediate and got smashed. And then I came out and did elite in Pennsylvania. And that was like, I put some stuff together between that. Like the first time I came out, I never trained for it. And then I was like, oh, this is what this is. And then I just fell down the rabbit hole like all the other guys, like Sal and Hepner, Horton, Halbert, you know, like now we just chase each other around. But I'll tell you one thing, it's nice being in Masters over elites. I don't know if I'm ever going back.
Are you going to stay in the 40 plus now?
If I can do overhead at 205, I'll go back to elite, but I'm not about to like screw up the next 30, 40 years of my life.
Yeah.
For an ego trip. I know that's probably not what I should say, but...
No, you get it.
Yeah.
And then, since you have been in the sport pretty much since the beginning, how have you seen it evolve, change over the years? What are some of those biggest changes that you've seen?
I mean, in all aspects, it's so much better than it ever was. Like, if you were a decently fit person and could shoot above 50%, you were winning events like when they first started. Now, like, you have to be an elite athlete and an elite marksman. Like the people that are out here now, like no one dad out to 650 yards. You know, our far shot when we started, far shot was 200 yards. And if you hit it 50% of the time, you know, you were like, good, I did great. Now at 200, you know, like we're grouping 3 inches and like just everybody. And then the fitness portion, which Hepner is a big, you know, component of. I believe like, I call it like the Tiger Woods effect. Like he's just raised the entire tide of athletes, made it a more standardized programming, methodology, that type of stuff. So you have guys like him, and there's going to be somebody else too. I don't know who it is, but somebody will come take his spot. So I'm just going to hang out with the old guys for this week at least.
Well, you're doing great, on top of the leaderboard and looking good out there.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Tim.
Good to see you.
All right, y'all, that will do it. And that will actually close out our morning session. So athletes in all divisions will now regroup. They will collect all of their stuff, take a quick break, and then they will have their next stage briefing. And we will continue the day. So make sure you like, subscribe, send this to a friend, let the sport grow, and we'll see you for the next one.